Hey everybody, it's Josh, the GameDad, and we're back with what's most likely going to be the finale of Mega Man X. I should hopefully be able to wrap this up in a small enough amount of time. So, this is another thing that bugs me about this game. So, Zero's like, alright, I'm gonna dash ahead of you, and he literally is just like, choo, man, he's gone. And so, the frustrating thing about it is all these bad guys are still here. And I know that it's like, I'm gonna sneak inside. But he takes the same path as you. He doesn't, like, teleport, and he doesn't go up. So the only way he can go is the same way as you. Why didn't he just wait for you? You could have gone together. Both you guys would have spot. Madon! Alright, let me just, like, deal with some. Oh my. I don't know where all my playing ability went. I say that as if I've been just showing absolute mastery of the platform up until now, but this is a place where I am 100% willing to use my powers because I know that it was built with that in mind. I'm gonna have to ask everyone to forgive me on that one. That is 100% me needing a mulligan. So this level, they do some pretty frustrating tricks to minimize your usage of that ability. The Hadouken has two issues. One, as you see, three issues, I should say. One, as you see, it can basically only be used on anything that's on the same horizontal plane as you. Two, there is a slight delay to its usage. And three, you need full health to use it. But if you can make all of those things be true, that you're on the same, like, height plane, that you can find the moment through the delay to use it, and that you're at full health, it will instantly kill anything, which we will be seeing in practice at one point, I think. I really need to... Hold on, let me not die. No! I am absolutely hitting dash and trying to dash jump. That segment can get frustrating. Let's just call it how it is. Oh! Why did I jump into it? Okay, good. Yeah. Pa. I should have waited. Okay, but it's fine. So one great thing about the Sigma levels is they do call back to just about everything. This guy. Let me segue a bit here. So for those of you who are familiar with this game but don't know, there was a remake for the PSP called Megaman Maverick Hunter X. And it was not as well received. They did kind of change the feel of how fast everything went. I think that was probably its most major problem, by a mile. But the real thing about it that it brought to the table was there was a hard mode, which was nice. And also, there was an anime special called The Day of Sigma, which kind of explained what happened and why Sigma became a bad guy, because the storyline is that he was a good guy. Like, he was the head of the Maverick Hunters that X and Zero are a part of, and then he becomes evil. And it kind of explains the whole thing. This is another you can't win fight, and it frustrates the heck out of me real quick. Just because I want to beat... I get it. It's like you take him on outside of his armored walker in a second, but I wanted to beat him in his armored walker, like show him how much stronger I am. But that's besides the point. I will do this because it makes me feel good. Anyways, one of the best things that game had going for it is it had a second playthrough mode that wasn't hard mode. It was Vile mode. You played as Vile. This guy, purple dude over here with the shoulder cannon, he played wildly different. Instead of getting powers from every enemy, he had a hand weapon, a knee weapon, and a shoulder weapon, and you got different ones as you beat the game. But you had, like, limits. Each one had a points amount that it was worth, and you had limits to how many points you could equip, which went up as you beat enemies, and when you beat the whole game, eventually you could just use whatever you wanted. But it was really fun, and it's the reason why I hate that people didn't like the game, because I felt like that mode was really fun and underappreciated. And, yeah, so the bottom line is I just wish that it got a little bit of a better reception, because I wish there was a Maverick Hunter X2, and I would love to see what they did there, especially with what goes on in that game. So, trick, don't use high fireball there. Use it here. Bam! Forget you! Well, I'm so tough, I got a big robot. Forget you! I promise you I can actually sing, but that was not the best example of it. X, I've taken too much damage. Here's what throws me. That's blood coming out of his mouth. And I get it, he looks like a human, but they do mention he's not a cyborg, which is like a part human, part man. He's an android, which is a robot meant to look like a human. So, why is he bleeding? Why is there blood in him? That always got me. What's cool about this section is it was basically made for you to just kind of bounce through, but what's not cool about this section is if you screw it up, you just get par foobar in the face. So, that section you just saw is what I was referencing earlier, which is, if you haven't found the Buster parts, Zero gives you his Buster. Now, as a kid, I was convinced there was nothing you could tell me to make me not believe Zero's Buster was stronger than the one you find in Dr. Light's capsule. Partially because it came from Zero, partially because of the solemnity of the moment and the fact that it came later, so it felt like you got a present for waiting. And it wasn't until I got older that I was smart enough to say, oh, it's the same thing. There's nothing different. I'm an idiot for believing that. So, this is a pretty standard Megaman technique, Megaman and Megaman X technique, where you just go back and refight certain bosses. If I had full health, I could try and hit him with a Hadoken, which, if you time it right, is actually not that difficult, which I understand is a very vague sentence. But I'm not going to waste a sub-tank when Boomer Kawanger himself is not that difficult. What makes him difficult and frustrating is his level. He is very easy. His level is the spawn of Satan. And there's no exaggeration there. Hashtag Boomer Kawanger can go straight to heck. Heckin' bamboozling. That was a nice face to show you guys. Just, I don't know. That was good. Good for camera. Good take. Good effort. Is this the spider? Yes, it is. Okay. This boss is difficult to hit with the Hadoken. Ah, you! No! That is absolutely a jerk move. It's also difficult to hit if it cheats! This is one of the most frustrating things you can fight in this game. It absolutely is. It drives me bananas. And I know there are easier ways to do it, but I hate this thing. And yeah, I want it to burn. Much like most spiders, I'm generally good with the fear end of things, but, you know, screw spiders. Hashtag forget spiders. Hashtag forget spiders. Gonna be the thing. You may wonder, hey Josh, why the hashtags? Hashtag why the hashtags. And hashtag just because. Hashtag do it, you know, like hashtag do it for the Vine? Hashtag do it for the X. Hashtag anything. Just leave me a comment. I'm so very lonely. It's why I'm playing games on the internet as a grown man with children. I have no friends. That sentence is a tad bit too sadly true. I'm pretty sure even the friends I do have would let me know in a heartbeat that they're only my friends because of my wife. And she's great, don't misunderstand me. I, from the bottom of my heart, have said multiple times, I somehow tricked her into loving me long enough that she stayed with me and married me, and I've never looked back. And I'm only about 80% joking when I say that. So, funny thing about this game is, as you see, they kind of integrate the boss refights, because I'm gonna end up refighting all 8 of the bosses I fought already before all is said and done. They kind of organically integrate all 8 of them into the level into the levels, I should say, before you get to Sigma himself. And here's something fun. Mother of pearl. He has a custom animation when you hit him with his weakness, which you never really get to see because you have to be insane to not start with Chill Penguin if you know what he's doing or what's going on in his level, because my god, playing without the dash boots it's not even about difficulty. I've absolutely done it before, like left his level for last to challenge myself. It's really just frustrating how slow you move. But anyways, they introduce these bosses organically. Like, as you're going through the levels, you fight them, so that in each level you fight... The first one you only fight 1, but in each of the successive levels after, you fight 3 or 4, so that, you know, you get the same experience like if you had fought all of them again at once. In all of the sequential games, they switch to this system where it's like you face a couple of difficult levels with their own unique bosses, like that spider you saw, and then one level that you fight all the 8 bosses in. And generally what they'll do there is, like, in that one level, there'll be a spot where you can restore your health between fights. There are arguments to be made for either version of that, because having health replenishment means, you know, if you're good at what you do, you really have an insurance policy in between levels, and it should not be that difficult. But the organic entry means it's less noticeable that, hey, I'm just going through a padding technique where I'm fighting things I've already fought so that the game lasts a little longer. And the difficulty isn't in beating them, because you've got all their weaknesses, you've got everything they're weak against, and everything you need to hurt them. The difficulty is purely in, like, slogging through it. And you don't have as much of a slog in this version because you're only facing a couple at a time, and it's done less as a tiring affair and more as, like, a test of your abilities in each moment. So it seems a bit more fair, I guess, is the honest way to put it. Bing! Almost every one of these guys can be hit with the Hadoken. I should be using it more. I should use a sub-tank. I will probably use it. I will definitely use it on the next boss, regardless of who it is. Like, I'll just figure it out and use it, just so that I can show off what I made you guys watch me die 8 times for, because I think it's only fair at this point. It's only fair to you, it's only fair to me. It's only fair. Is this the face? In my mind, there was one more here. Yeah. Now, this boss, you literally can't fully kill with the Hadoken. You can kill one part, but it's a series of body parts. If you know what you're doing, you can get that blue eye. That's about it. But otherwise, you're not doing it like that. This is another case where the Storm Tornado does pay dividends, personal opinion. Just because it makes it easy to hit, and you can sometimes multi-hit, which is really handy. So in previous video, I brought up my personal love for Drew Hill, which I do think is 100% worthy of said love. I also brought up, you know, B2K, and pointed out how they, you know, they win because of Omarion. Can I just say, and this is not a joke, this is an absolutely honest and truthful statement. I really do love Omarion's music. Like, why am I getting wrecked right now? I really do. Like, yeah, you know, I'm down with the classics like Icebox, but I'm talking more like, even more recent stuff. Supposed to be, Let's Talk. I genuinely enjoy his music, unironically. One of my favorites. Like, same thing I'm gonna say about, there's a number of artists I can say that about, like Kid Cudi or Ludacris, who I genuinely 100% love, despite being the type of guy who will just sit back and listen to video game music. But I think he's the one who most comes across as a what? Just because almost no one in this particular day and age is sitting here listening to Omarion. At least not in an unironic way. Well, guess who's got two thumbs and genuinely is? This guy. And I had to press pause to do that. I don't... Whoa! The ironic thing is I was trying to kill them so I could get health, so I could use the Hadouken here. But, to be fair, he's really annoying to do it on anyway, so... Ah! Ha-ha! I still haven't gotten to the bosses, by the way, that I need to do the special stuff on, which is Flame Mammoth and Launch Octopus have special AI about them if you use Boomer Kuwanger's weapon on them, and you will see that in effect here. I will show that to you. Unless, who this? New phone, who this? Oh, Sting Chameleon is really frustrating to hit with it. Like, you can, but... Okay. I'm gonna... No. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, okay. No! If he drops, he is absolutely mine. No! No! Okay. I understand. So far, I've made you wait for that whole period for something I've used once. I promise I will find more places to use it. I swear. That wasn't the place. Probably both Flame Mammoth and Launch Octopus. I'll show you the cool stuff, and then just go ahead and use it. That music always kind of reminded me of, for Sega Genesis, there was a X-Men game that my cousin Angie had that I used to love playing. We played as kids because she had a Genesis, I didn't. And that music always kind of reminded me of that. Womp, 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 womp. Just, it was a very Genesis sound chip-y. Go ahead and comment, hashtag Hey Angie. Hashtag What's Good Angie. Hashtag Genesis Cuzzo. I don't know. We're gonna do the hashtags thing. I'm gonna make it a thing. It's gonna happen. I think I'm the only one who wants it to happen, but dang it, it's gonna happen. So, but yeah, it kind of always reminded me of that. So, here we go. So, here's what happens. So, if you hit him with the boomerang, it's not his weakness, but... There goes his arms. Now, this is not necessarily a good idea, because it also means that he does not actually stop firing missiles. It just means, however, that he won't do his little tornado spin of doom. So what I'm gonna do is... Let's go for it. Let's do it. Hashtag, let's... No! Let's do it. Hashtag, let's do this. I'm not gonna waste my last one on it. Sorry, guys. I will heal up before Flame Mammoth. I will use it on him. Absolutely, I will. But I can't. I can't. Okay. So. But that was cool with the arms, right? Most people don't see that. Like, a lot of people know about the Flame Mammoth thing. Most people actually aren't aware of the situation vis-a-vis, vis-a-vis Launch Octopus, which I think it's, you know, it's a neat little thing. Trying to ways launch. No! Okay, so I'm gonna take care of Flame Mammoth with the boomerang, and then I'll heal up, and then kablooey. Okay, so bam, and one more time, and bam. There we go. Now he can't throw his oil anymore, so his flames don't stick to the platform. It's actually really useful if you have it. Like, unlike where Launch Octopus's situation was kind of a mixed bag, this is just genuinely all around useful, because all he's going to do is that, or just fire that doesn't actually stick around, and it's easy to dodge. So, anyways, the reason I brought up what I brought up before about, you know, Omarion and people like that, throw me some shoutouts below. Who's an artist you like that you feel is very underappreciated? Like a guy, you could be anyone, but basically someone who you're like, yeah, man, like, this guy does not get the love he deserves. Could be anyone. I am the least judgmental when it comes to music. You literally cannot afford to say you unironically love Omarion and be judgmental about people's music tastes. Like, it's just not allowed. Yeah, if you were thinking this guy was like, oh, he's way too easy. How is he a boss? Well, that's how. Super Laser Cannon. Also, Mouth Drop. Like, now he's gonna start doing stuff for real. This ain't the easiest thing in the world, but I got it! Hey, hey, hey! Okay. No. Oh my gosh! I forgot how frustrating this thing was. And that's really all it is just frustrating as heck. Bam! Get out of here! Oh! Alright. We got one more. Sigma. Coming for you. 24 minutes. You know what? We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna go for it. We're gonna finish this one out. You know why we're gonna finish this one out? Because that, down there, it says GameDad, and I know where it's located because of how I'm filming this prior to actually putting it up. Just go with it. Okay, for those who don't know, you can do this and just hang out here, and the bad guys are going to give you stuff. You just got to hope they give you health. This will not be the most riveting thing ever, so I'm going to try and pass the time with conversation. Now, I will say, one thing I may and likely will bust into at times is accents / impressions. And that's because, to go with the theme of guy who was exceedingly not popular in school, obviously I didn't play sports, because why would I? I did acting and singing, because of course I did. And so one of the things, you know, in high school, I had extremely long hair. I was fat. Not the most popular. Almost by default. So you learn to figure out a way to pass the time. In this particular case, accent / impressions. So one thing I always wondered is, like, if various video game characters were voiced by various celebrities. You know, like in this case, like, what if Super Mario, for instance, was voiced by, like, Christopher Walken? Just as a hypothetical. You know, oh, it's Mario. Oh, it's magic. It's a me, Mario. You know, just something along those lines. Or, if Link, for instance, and yes, all Link does is make grunts and noises, but if Link was voiced by, like, Al Pacino, like, instead of the hit, if it was more of a, hut, hoa, hut, hit, hoa. Just little things I think about. One of my favorites to do as far as that goes is, I probably don't need all 4 sub-tanks, but it's a matter of principle at this point. One of my favorite ones to do, absolutely, is, oh god, what's his name? It's going to bug me. Oh, no! I cannot think of his name, and it will absolutely drive me up a wall. He does the voice. He does several voices. He does most, like, almost anyone's gonna know him as Joe from Family Guy. What is his name? Oh, God. Get you down. But yeah, you know, he's always like, hey, buddy, you know, I was just trying to talk to you for a minute. No, that's fine. It's totally fine. I understand completely. And in this case, like, what if this dialogue was like, but the time of your destruction has arrived. You shall regret ever having defied me. You know, something along those lines. And then he brings out a laser sword, which is just... doesn't matter. Ugh! That's why you get the Hadouken. You can just cheese the end. And, you know, you could argue, well, Josh, why don't you actually fight him? You know what? Why don't you actually fight him? Because I've been here for an hour and a half consecutively, and at this point, I'm just ready to kill him. Also, I killed myself how many times? I'm gonna earn it. Here's the frustrating thing about this part. No Hadoukens. Mostly because even if you could time it correctly, which would be borderline impossible, you're gonna get hit. You're just gonna get hit. I forgot to heal. Forgot to heal. Do I have to face all the parts again? I can't remember. It's been so long. Hey, buddy. Climbing up the wall again. Hope you don't mind. I'm absolutely gonna look that up when we're done with this, because I will just absolutely just not be okay with not remembering his name. And for whatever reason, the name that's coming to mind is Rob Riggle, and I know it's not Rob Riggle. Now, in fairness, you know, Robert... Right. took damage. I'm gonna have to fight him for real. Rob Riggle is just as animated. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" But it's not his voice. Patrick Warburton! Oh my god, it's Patrick Warburton! Okay! Oh, I did not need to overreact like that. I may have scared someone. I may have killed an old lady. I'm sorry, old lady, who I've killed heart attack-wise. But, oh, that felt so good to remember. Oh, for those playing the home game, Sigma is a jerk. You know what? You know what? This guy can just go right on to heck. And, I'm just shy. I'm just shy. The problem is his attack pattern is very much so easily followed, but it's not symmetrical. So, for instance, he doesn't go as far up as he comes down, so that's why he will start and land in different spaces. And it's just frustrating, and it's like, timing-wise, you want to hit him with that blast, but... Oh, you can shove right off. What's the other thing about it? And it's important that I brought up Drew Hill earlier, because if you look at the way they designed all these robots, they all have like this crotch plate with a very thin... Oh my god, I am at one hit till death. I'm gonna see if I can finish this without dying. Oh! No! 32 minutes? We're doing this. We're doing this. We're doing this. They all have this, like, plate down there that kind of... Just the way it cuts, like, is very, like, Robothong. Just thought I'd be aware. And that's why I bring up Drew Hill again, because... And I know that in this one series, I brought them up probably 3 separate times. I 100% am okay with that. I can live with that choice. But, yeah. Their lead singer was, you know, Cisco, so Thong Song. But legitimately, like, I've always wondered why they were designed with, like, such an emphasis and a focus on the you see it! Look, it's right there! Okay? Like, I didn't decide to build him like that. To be like, here's the man area, and then also legs. Forget it. I'm not dealing with this guy for real. I can't do another one. I can. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna try and beat this guy, his final form, on one hit, on one tank, and my current health. This will go swimmingly. What's good against it? I don't know that anything is specifically good against it off the top of my head. It has been for as much as I've played this game, and it has been many times that I've played this game, it has been a while since I've actively beaten this game, I will say. Because while I can sleepwalk through the rest of it, it's this ending that gives me trouble. I don't think there's anything you can use against him that actually works. Okay. I may, theoretically, have to do like a jump cut to when I'm not stupid. But I feel like at least some people are going to want to go on this adventure with me. So, let's do it. Let's go on the adventure together. I am. You should be on the edge of your seats right now. I mean, think about everything we've done in the past 40 minutes. I've gone through many, at least more than one, less than too many severals bosses. And I remembered the name of Patrick Warburton. And brought up... Did I bring up Omarion in this episode? I may have brought up Omarion in this episode. This is all becoming a blur. For those playing the home game. Hashtag Josh just beat him. Hashtag stop being terrible. Let's hit those. Comment hashtag get good scrub. Hashtag do better. Hit me with those, because I've earned those at this point. So, comment below with best, most enjoyably loved R&B group that does not get the respect it deserves, and with a hashtag get better at what you're doing. Because at this point, I have fully earned your wrath. Let's just call it what it is. I was going to drink water, but okay, I forgot. I couldn't remember if coming back he says his stuff again. Welcome. I see you managed to get here by yourself. Very impressive. I could destroy you, but I'll not rob my pet of that pleasure. He knows how to deal with betrayers. I never understood that line. With betrayers, like, the only thing I can assume he means is that X is a traitor because he's a Reploid, a robot, and he's standing against him. But it's like, how am I a traitor? You're the one who was all like, I was good, but... nah, fam. Okay. 100%, for serious, for realsies, we're gonna do this right here, right now. Calling this like Babe Ruth calling his shots. I'm leaning forward in my chair. Okay, this is serious for me now. If it was not serious before, it has a... Ah! Dodge! No! It has become serious! Ha-ha! Oh. Okay, I can't afford to take those kinds of hits, man. At this point, I'm mostly certain I'm just going to skip to when I finally beat him. So, feel free to expect that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little bit of magic. So... let's go for it. Yes! And that's how you take him down. After... I'm not going to let you know how long this actually took me, but it took way longer than it should have. Even in this moment, I still feel like the Patrick Warburton voice is completely appropriate. Just like, why, X? Why have you done this to us? Without the humans, my Reploid brothers could have ushered in a new age. I'm just saying. And we see the whole thing crashing down. And that was Megaman X. Like I said, it's at least 100% definitely cliche that I played it. Just about everyone's played it, but this is a game that really I absolutely love it. I always will. I can play it at any time, absent-mindedly, and just enjoy myself. It's one of the greatest games ever made, easily. I just felt it was a good starting point for what I was doing. So, yeah. But, you know, at this point, as I've said several times until now, and as I'm going to say once again, I do hope you enjoyed it all, what you saw. If you did, please hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. Let me know. Just genuinely let me know what you think. I just want you to engage with me. That's my main goal, is to have people actually engage with me. And, you know, comment down below on games you want to see. And comment any of the hashtags we've hit up until now. Hashtag where Drew at. Hashtag rocket power. Rockets my sockets. I don't remember a lot of the stuff I came out with at this point. I am Sigma'd out. But, you know, I hope you enjoy it. Hopefully I can keep doing this. Hopefully you guys keep enjoying it. And we can keep going. But please leave your game suggestions below. That's, to me, the main thing, is I want to know what you guys want to see. I can play any number of games that I like. But if I like it and you don't want to see it, no one's going to watch it. So tell me what you want to see. And even if it's not right away, I promise I will at least consider it. As long as I have the ability to do it. You know, if I like the game or the money to get or whatever, that's one thing. But as long as I have the ability, I will at least consider it, if not out, if there's no reason why I can't do it. So, thank you guys again, and I'll catch you later, GameDad fan.